Welcome to episode 36 of Talking Small Press Comics with Steve Keeter and me, Larned Justin. As a little note, now be sure and stay tuned right after Steve and I sign off if you're still awake. And we have a little feature after that that you might want to watch. Other than that, we are jam-packed with comics today, right?
Yeah, we really got a lot of stuff.
We got all kinds of stuff.
You know, like last year, towards the end of the last year, like everybody was taking a break. I mean, like it's like we were waiting and waiting and waiting, but now everybody's publishing. I don't know, something happened. Everybody got their Christmas money or something, and they paid to publish. But I'm telling
you, we got lots.
A lot. And I'm getting messages that there are a lot more stuff to come.
Oh boy, okay.
I'm not going to play. I just wanted to show off my acoustic guitar one more time.
Very nice.
My acoustic electric. I'll play this many chords.
Okay.
That was kind of sad, right? Listen. We didn't get a lot of zines last year, but a new year is here. And we have hope for a lot of small press comics. Ask Larned, he'll tell you. Larned, what do you think? It's going to be a good year. Oh, one more chord.
That's how I sing.
That's for darn sure.
Yep.
Okay, just hey. Get that off my chest. Larned pointed out, we just hooked up here the last few minutes, but he has on a red shirt and I have on a red shirt, and this is
See
Destiny.
That? How about that?
It has something to do with Destiny. Clearly, it's cold where Larned is hat. He's got on the hat and.
I have a hat and a sweatshirt. He's got a T-shirt. So I'm in Missouri where it's 30 degrees. And you're in Florida where it's what?
Here it was in the 40s last night, but now it's in the 70s.
Yeah, too bad.
This shirt is from Rome, Italy.
Oh, okay. Roma, as a matter of fact. Roma.
Well, the lady of the house, the lady of the house, the landlady who lives in the house, but she went overseas to Europe, and she brought this back from Italy. She gave everybody shirts, and I like it.
Oh yes, very nice, very nice.
Red like fire. It suits my fiery personality.
Yeah. All right, what you got first?
I'll tell you what. Let's start right off.
Okay.
Right off with Bad.
Bad. Okay, let's get that out.
Okay. Bad magazine.
This is number 4, and I think he's got number 5 almost done, ready to go.
Yeah, I already saw an ad for number 5.
It's amazing the
Dan
amount of work.
And Alan Freeman are knocking these things out left and right, man.
Yeah, but they're so detailed, and there's so much in them. I don't know how they do it. I can't even imagine. But this one is advertising. See that? Advertising. So this has all kinds of spoofs on every kind of ad you can think of.
Not as big as the last issue. The last issue was 200 pages.
Right.
That's a once-in-a-lifetime event.
Yeah.
Like 100 pages, isn't it?
This one is at least 70.
80 pages?
Maybe 80 pages, yeah.
It's got a cameo in here. Cameo. If you look right here, it says, let me see what it says. The night crew at Bad Mag in 1999. A portrait of Stephen Keeter hangs on the wall. Did you see this?
No, I didn't see it. And that's you?
It's supposed to be me.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're right below it. Look right below it. That's more you. Right below the picture.
Right below that?
Look at the guy below the picture.
Yeah, the guy below looks like me.
Looks like you. Yeah.
That might be me. Well, that's 1999. I mean, 'cause obviously, Bad Magazine has been around for like 50 years, according to these guys.
Yeah, okay, because this says 1999 as this picture was taken. And I don't see Dan Burke or Alan Freeman in the picture.
Yeah, and they go through my years at Bad Magazine. This is crazy. Okay, I don't know.
Oh, that drawing. This is what Mad Magazine has done. So he did a parody of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So here's
Look at the work in there.
page, and they go through all the years, and you can see this tremendous staff that they have.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're
Tremendous
jammed.
staff that they had way back then, and they're going by year by year by year, and showing pictures of their tremendous staff from
And here's
65.
2023. The staff has kind of dwindled a bit.
Like it's Dan by himself.
All alone.
Yeah, and he's on Midjourney. One guy. You don't need all those guys anymore.
No, not when you use Midjourney.
And that's what this book is. This
is just all kinds of crazy.
Pretty much equal parts Dan Burke and Alan Freeman.
Yeah.
And it's totally Midjourney. There's a lot of startling artwork in this, startling stuff. This is an incredible, beautiful.
Then there's an actual comic in here. Beside the spoof ads, there's this comic.
The Steven Seagal thing. Yeah, and I haven't kept up on Steven Seagal. This is a recurring joke in the issue. This is old fat Steven Seagal.
Yeah, right.
And it's based on something, Mercenary Sheep Impact 2 Maximum Kill Farce.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a kind of a compilation of all his crazy movies that he did.
What they got, Steven Seagal, who was, well, you know, he's this action hero and everything. Wasn't one of the, you know, the greatest thespians of all time or anything, but in here he can pretty much, he just sits around. I mean, you know, he's big and fat, and he just
kind of heavy. Yeah,
he takes out the bad guys by just whacking them from behind.
Yeah, he just whacks them from a distance.
Yeah,
as you can see right there. Whack. Oh my God.
Well,
a float of my ex-wife.
A float of his ex-wife right there.
Yeah.
So that gets him upset.
That's part of the parade that's going on here.
You know, and you'll see a lot of this the sexy type stuff in the issue, because that shows you where Dan's mind and Alan's minds are. They're you know, they're out there in this. So.
And here is another view of Steven Seagal.
It looks just like him.
And that's Midjourney.
75 extra pounds, at least 70, maybe 100 extra pounds packed on.
That's what you can do with that Midjourney if you know what you're doing. If you
know what? I mean, I still love like Dan's artwork.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's fun. Yeah.
But Dan's actual artwork is so good.
Yep.
He's so talented, and you know, I mean, yeah, he doesn't actually need Midjourney. So this is something that they're doing. I think he and Alan are having fun with this. It's obvious that their output is tremendous. They're putting out a lot of stuff very quickly. So these are really having fun with this. I
don't even see how you could do Midjourney like this quickly. It's a tremendous amount of work to get it to look like that.
I'm sure it's a lot of work.
Yeah. This is Tex Wayne uses Tex testosterone.
Tex testosterone. It was an ad. Tex testosterone. That's the best.
Tex Wayne uses it.
Comes from Texas. The best testosterone comes from Texas, you guys. Just so you know.
Yep.
I think even Santa Claus sampled this stuff. Elsewhere, there's a rumble at the North Pole.
Oh yeah.
A wrestling match between Santa Claus and someone else. This is the back of the issue. The people are rumble at the North Pole. Welcome friends from all over the world. The fight of the year right now. They are chanting his name. Santa, 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 Santa. The big man enters the squared circle, and he looks like he means business. They say he has been eating nothing but milk and cookies for months. So he gets into the ring with this other guy. A lot of bad blood here. And there they This is not Santa the way you ever imagined him before, okay?
Right, right.
Santa, he means business this time, and there we go.
Whack. Wow.
Yeah, we got a fight between Santa and it's a boxing match, like boxing, right? So, yeah. And
there's a bat guy, homeless bat guy.
Homeless bat guy.
Yeah.
Now, the artwork there is beautiful.
I mean, look at that. Homeless bat guy.
I think Alan did that one.
Did he? Okay.
Let me see. Yeah, on the side, if you look on the side, on the very end right there, it'll show you. And if you turn the page sideways.
Oh, I see. Alan did that one, yeah.
It takes a while to figure that out, but sometimes it shows who did it. And Alan did that one.
These are paintings, though, by Norman Stonewell.
Norman Stonewell.
Yeah. Pick your year, homeless calendars. These are homeless calendars, and you can get that guy.
But the thing is, this is gorgeous artwork.
It's unbelievable. Yeah.
Excellent, beautiful artwork.
Yeah.
Almost poignant, except that it's parody, it's satire.
Yeah, it's all parody. Very funny.
You know, what if Batman was homeless?
Yeah. Look
Poor
how
guy,
he would
you
look.
feel sorry for him when you see like that. You know, the poor guy, he's got no place to go.
No place, and there he is.
Who
knew? There's some cars. Oops, cars. Of the future. Futuristic cars.
I mean, there's so much stuff in here. I mean,
it takes you forever to read this.
And okay, in keeping with the fat hero theme, we have Fat Superman in here. You're on a different. You got Fat Wonder Woman. There you go.
And you got Fat Superman. There they are.
The perfect combo.
Yep.
Fat Superman.
Princess on her biggest adventure yet. And I can believe that's her biggest adventure. Wanda gal.
Yep.
Wanda gal.
Here she goes. She is packing on the pounds to stop evil and save barbecue ribs.
Aha. Okay. Well, you got to get it to look at all the stuff we can't show you. We don't want to show you everything in there because then why would you get it?
We couldn't. There's so much.
We have showed you just a little tiny bit of what's in here. This thing is jam-packed with craziness. Complete.
The first time I read through it, I'm going. I have to read through. I have to read these twice. Every time they put one of these, the first time I'm going through, going.
Oh my gosh!
What? Because it's so out there.
Yeah.
The second time I read through it, I'm going like, well, this is really funny.
Oh, absolutely.
After I've gotten through trying to figure out what the heck, then I see the really funny stuff. There's a lot of stuff in here.
Oh my gosh. We could show you all kinds, but then you would have no reason to buy this. And now, let's see here. This costs, I forgot what it costs.
Free.
No, it's not. But it's number 4.
You probably sent me Dan.
I think they said, oh boy, no, I don't know. Here's what it costs. Just use your barcode reader.
That's right.
Because I don't know what it costs. I forgot.
Oh, it says $49. No, that's
no, that's not it.
That's an ad. That's an ad. That's not the cost. It's not.
No.
I think it's like $20.
It's gotta be.
Sorry, folks. We didn't do our homework on this one.
Yeah, I know he said, but I can't remember what he said.
Yeah, I think it's about $20. Contact us, folks, and we'll send you the info. And,
Anyway, that is one crazy book, and so well done. I mean,
Oh, I gotta say about that cover, and this is by Alan Freeman.
yeah,
Oh
look
my
at that.
God.
Look at that.
Yep.
And once again,
Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn.
that's computer generated through speech,
This one looks
through text. I
this
mean,
one
you
computer
type what you
generated looks a
want.
lot like it looks like a lot like Alan on his own, but I guess it's
Well,
in
it
here
does.
on the computer.
Yeah.
So I don't know how these guys do this stuff. We're both old school. Larna and I are old school.
I tried it, but I didn't do much.
Yeah, we haven't figured this stuff out yet. Give us another 50 years, we'll figure it out. By then, you guys will be way off somewhere else doing holograms.
Anyway, that is some book. Wow.
It's a beautiful. Now, I did want to say, and this is not knocking anybody, and I already told Dan. Larned got his copy. They sent them directly from the publisher. Now, I got to say, I forget who the publisher is.
It's through Amazon is where they come from. I don't know who.
Before that, the actual people who did the printing.
Oh, okay. I don't know who that is.
They put it in a machine. The pages are giant and they're folded. And you cut off. They go through a cutter. Cuts this off. Cuts this off. Cuts this off. Cuts this off. Pastes this together. Does it all. But they forgot to cut off the bottom edge of my copy.
Really?
Just a rare thing that happened. I mean, when you're doing these.
So what'd you do? Cut it off by hand?
No, I went through they were all stuck together at the bottom.
Oh,
together. So
I see what you mean.
Cutter, and I had to cut
every page. Oh, wow.
This is unlikely to happen to anyone else. This is just a side
note. No, but probably Dan and Alan should know that did happen.
Yeah, I told Dan. So if it happens again, they should fuss at the printer.
Yeah, right.
Fuss at them, but still, I got a great book. I'm not complaining.
No.
You guys are great.
Yeah.
So
thanks for sending it. I hope we can promote it enough that you can get a few sales out of it.
Yeah. Well, you guys,
through us.
Look, I want to say this Mid-Journey stuff is great. Like I told you, I'm old school, right? Both of you guys are incredibly talented artists and writers and stuff. I've been following Dan Burke for all these years. I've been
Alan, yeah.
Since he was doing Slam Bang decades ago and stuff. And this is a fun adventure, but I really, personally, I'm just saying, I want to see some of your own artwork. Just like drawn on, this is me, but I'm not saying this. It's not everybody's taste. This is fun, and you guys are doing a great job with it, but I'd like to see some of your good old artwork, pen and ink,
Well, they may do it, but I think bad number 5 is almost done.
I know they're knocking them out so quick. So obviously these guys are sitting in front of they got this Mid-Journey, and they're sitting here going, "Yay, let's do this." Let's do that.
They figured it out, and once they figured it out, there's no stopping them.
30 issues of Bad Magazine.
Yeah, or you know it.
Coming out once every 2 weeks. So.
All right, let's try another one.
Okay,
this one is a water bottle. Very good.
Water bottle.
Yeah.
You want me to choose?
Yeah, go ahead. I got mine laying all here. Imagination Link.
From our pal Alan Sissom.
Mini.
Mini, right.
Number 54, though.
The
number 54.
Number 54, yeah. I mean, a lot of these are coming out.
Yeah.
That's pretty darn prolific.
Yeah. It's a story of the link, you see the link flying through the air? It's a story about him. It kind of continues, I think it winds up being a prequel to the last story.
That's exactly right. He was
serializing
for this a little while. Alan was in the UFO a while back, and he was serializing these stories in the UFO newsletter. But I think it was also publishing somewhere else, probably in Imagination Link.
Yeah.
He's always very busy, always knocking out a lot of stuff. It's always very, very good. But it kind of goes back.
Yeah, this goes back. It's a
like an
prequel.
alien probe that came to Earth,
Hmm.
but he doesn't know who he is. Something happened.
Yeah, he used to be human, but now he looks like this ball.
Right. He thinks that he's human, and
Yeah.
he's trying to figure things out, and he makes friends with these two guys. It just happens to
Yeah, he
pop in
just
this guy's room in the middle of the night. Hey, here I
scares
am.
the heck out of the guy, but then turns out the Link is very friendly,
Yeah.
and he just looks a little weird.
Right. So he's just
And
trying
it
to find
becomes,
his way. He's pretty much figured out he must have come from Earth, or originally his programming came from Earth. The
hmm
person he used to be must have been from Earth, and
yeah.
he
So
befriends these two guys.
yeah, and once they they become friends with him right away, and it kind of moves on to the next issue.
Uh-huh.
But if you read that, I'll read it. Astute readers will probably already realize that this issue's sequence takes place before the events that appeared in Collector's Link fanzine 2 to 5. So this took place before issue 2.
Mhm. We actually, I mean, he's sort of introduced. He's filling in details
Yeah.
because in the original story, as I recall, he landed, he made friends with these two guys, but they didn't get into a lot of detail about it. So he's filling in the details about what actually happened and how he became friends with a couple of guys.
hmm
And anyway, Alan Freeman is so talented, so
You
creative.
mean Alan Sissom? Alan
Oh, I
Freeman's
mean Alan
talented.
Freeman. Alan Freeman, I'm just kidding. No, Alan Sissom, of course. There's a lot of Allens out there.
And they can all draw good.
That's for darn sure. If your name is Alan, you're a darn good, talented comic book writer and artist.
You
Yep.
can see all the Sissom publications on the back.
Yep.
See them all. You got Imagination Link. You got
Humph.
Humph.
The Xenology Report, which is
Yep.
also very good.
Yeah, we've had that on here. So yeah, and it's just a little book, and it's $2, no, $3, no, $2. That is the world's smallest print, but it does say $2. I can't get it to focus,
Let me
but
check it out here.
it says $2. I think. If my cataract surgery was correct, this says $2.
Hey, how did that come along? You know, Larned had a cataract surgery on both of his eyes.
No glasses.
One reason we haven't been making more videos.
Here's my glasses.
Tied up. Mm-hmm.
These are my glasses, which are useless. I don't need
you
them.
Don't need them anymore?
No. Mm-mm.
That's amazing.
Do not need them.
That is amazing. So
Yeah.
everything's sharper and clearer.
Oh, the colors are amazing to me that I never knew were there.
Darn, congratulations.
Yeah.
They want me to do that surgery too, so I'm thinking.
Well, it's certainly not a problem. You know, no pain or nothing like that. A few eye drops. Got to put eye drops in. That's all.
And it's covered by Medicare.
Yeah.
And I got that too.
Good.
Because I've just entered into the realm of the viejos. That means the old guys.
Oh, I thought that meant something else. A-holes. Wow.
The viejos, not the a-holes.
Oh.
That's something else.
Wow. Be careful. Okay, let's go for another one because we got a lot. I'm telling you, we got a lot.
What do you think?
Oh, let's go with Madame Boogala.
That's exactly the one I had sitting on top, right there.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Madame Boogala, number 2, which I know Larry's been doing Madame Boogala longer than number 2. So I'm not quite sure.
We've talked about Madame Boogala before.
Oh, I've seen, he's done all kinds of them. But I'm not sure why this is number 2, but that's all right. Doesn't make any difference. It's a little story arc that may be too.
There was a digest size, and this is
this could be the comic book size. I don't know.
POD version.
Mm-hmm.
A brilliant issue. One of the finest comics I've ever read from Larry. Let me tell you how impressed I was with this. I was reading through this, and this gripping story of how Gumar,
Her son, Gumar,
who always goes along with everything she says. Yes, mother. Yes, mother. Yes, mother. But in this story, he actually rebels.
Yeah.
And it becomes a fascinating, gripping story.
He rebels
in the
because
middle of reading this, I sent Larry a personal message saying, I got to tell you how much I'm enjoying this.
Really?
This is one of the best stories you've ever written. And I hadn't even finished reading it. But go ahead, Lorna.
I was just going to say, Gumar has a problem rebelling against his mother, but it does have to do with this guy right here.
Poroscoro.
Yeah, Poroscoro.
Because of a curse placed on his mother, she has to unleash, at certain points in time, she has to unleash these demons from another dimension. And she channels the demons through her own son, Gumar. Poroscoro is this demon character who unleashes pestilence and disease. If you get too close, and he's got cats and dogs and a snake, and all these creatures on his back. If you get too close to Poroscoro will unleash those demons. They'll bite you. He'll turn. But for over the years, Gumar has always went along with her. He always went along with her. It's his mom, and he doesn't rebel against his mom. But it's reached the point. And it's reached a point where he finally just says no. She says, "You're going to channel the demons," and he's nope, I've had enough.
But now a note on the book. You see what's in blue? That is when the channeling is going on.
Yeah.
The blue. And it flashes back to a regular book when the channeling and those kind of, when she's communicating with the demons, it's blue. But when she's not, it's a regular book, regular color comic book.
And she brings in another character who we've seen before, Detective Kolowski, to help her. She needs help. This is too much for her. And he looks like Humphrey Bogart.
He does, yeah.
Like Humphrey Bogart.
And he's in a lot of the stories. He is the detective in that town where she lives. And she's dealt with him many, many times. Yeah. And that's what I like about this. The characters are reoccurring. You can follow the characters.
These are great characters. I mean, the characterization is incredible. I mean, you really believe these are real characters. So she says, if Poroscoro has my son in his grip, he may never release him. Plague will be unleashed, and I will be responsible. Meanwhile, there you go. Well, that's what happens. That's what's coming along. Gumar gets a job working in some kind of a factory or something. And this one guy keeps messing with him. He keeps, come on, Gumar. Can't you move any faster? So this one guy is needling him. And Gumar has been resisting turning into this terrible demon all this time. But this guy keeps pushing his buttons and pushing until the scene you just showed. Yeah. You want to show that one again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes after the guy. That's the guy.
Enough.
Yeah, he goes after him as a demon.
There you go. I mean, because the funny thing is, you're like, at that point, it's a terrible thing, But at that point, you're kind of cheering for Gumar.
Cheering for the demon to get the guy, because the guy is a real pain.
If you've been bullied in your entire life, this is the panel for you.
Yeah.
The worm turns, man. That is it.
And look at the animals on the back of the Poroscoro. Yeah.
And you see the snake coming around the back like a tail.
Yep.
And, so this creates quite a sensation. So the cops show up and everything.
Oh yeah. And as a matter of fact, the army shows up.
Everybody shows up. This is a big mess.
Yeah, this goes.
Yeah. Madame Boogaloo shows up too.
Yeah.
Trying to get things back under control. There she is in the middle of this chaotic scene.
Mm-hmm.
And she's saying, be still, all of you. Madame Bougala commands you. This is a great comic.
Yeah.
This is really great.
It's, what do we got here? 24 pages.
Yeah.
Then there's a story. There's a story in here.
Mm-hmm.
Mulatto.
Right. Explaining the inspirations for Mulatto is based on the Transylvanian gypsy demon Melalo, a fierce two-hearted bird of prey. In Madame Bougala's in this story, it's
a
three-headed demon. Three-headed demon, and it looks like this.
Yeah.
But that's based on an actual mythological character.
Yeah.
So
then they've got Bougala comments, 2 pages of comments by people you probably have heard of before.
Yeah. And an article, The Magyars, by Kurt Erickson. Kurt Erickson, who publishes Endeavor. Kurt chimed in with a text piece describing the history of the gypsies.
Mm-hmm.
Madame Bougala being a gypsy, and that's a picture. That's an old painting.
This is a painting, just to go along with the story.
He talks about the
famous painting
there, but
mm-hmm.
It explains the history of the whole gypsy culture, and this too is quite interesting.
Yeah.
Tap that off. You top it off with a reprint. The Dancing Bear.
Mysterious Myths, the Dancing Bear is in there.
Mm-hmm. The bear who becomes a human and a naked, hairy guy. But anyway.
Yeah. Well, if you're a bear and you turn into a human, you're probably not wearing clothes.
Yeah, this guy, his physique doesn't touch mine, so
yeah, well, he could work on it.
Yeah.
And we got an ad for Larry Johnson Comics, which there are a ton of.
Tales of the Broken Bee, Horseman, all of these are brilliant. Oh, yeah. They're all different, too. Tales of the Broken Bee is more of a Western theme.
Yeah.
Fascinating. And
great book. The price on this is $6. $6.
Worth every penny of it.
Yeah. Full color. 24 pages plus a couple of stories. Can't go wrong with that. You cannot go wrong with that.
Right.
Yeah.
One that inspired me to send Larry Johnson an immediate text message before I finished reading the book. This is great. I just had to say something. I was so much enjoying it. So.
What did he say? Did he
gave me
comment
a
back?
Up.
Oh, well, better than another digit. Better than another digit he could have given you.
Yes, indeed. So yeah.
All right, let's go next.
Well, we're getting done. I think I'm going to save Tom Fellrath. Stay seated. We're going to get to yours very soon.
Okay.
But first, we want to discuss our pal Jim Main.
Visit.
And his landmark 50th issue.
50th issue
of Pazit.
Yeah.
It is how it's pronounced.
Pazit.
It's not pronounced as my friend Brandon Gramer, who Jim and I were at the Chicago Comics Convention in the late 80s, and Brendan Gramer, he guessed it was pronounced looking at piece of shit. No, it's not pronounced piece of shit.
No, that's
totally
wrong.
Jim.
Yeah.
Jim was like, but
let me show you my favorite drawing in here. Look at that.
Karloff
as Frankenstein, the only one that could play Frankenstein. Everybody else that played Frankenstein, no.
And that's
There's
part
only
of it.
one Frankenstein. That's
That is
Karloff.
absolutely perfect. That is totally
Look at that.
perfect. Who drew that? That's
That is by. I have to go to the front page. No, wait a minute.
Karloff. Oh, there's an
Zellwood,
artwork. Oh, Doug Hazelwood.
Hazelwood.
Doug Hazelwood.
I don't know him, but you do?
Well, he was around in small press comics back in the 70s and 80s, and
Oh,
we don't see much from him. I think Doug went and did some work for DC Comics eventually,
hmm.
as an inker, I think.
I can
But
see
yeah,
why.
yeah. Well, he's a superb artist.
Yeah,
That's just brilliant. What you're looking at there is a portfolio
yeah. There's a portfolio.
of horror monster movie
Yeah,
artwork. Here's something by Steve Shipley, Elsa Lancaster. You're showing a portrait of Lon Chaney Jr.
yeah.
By who? Most of these are signed. So
Yeah.
Boyle.
Boyle did Lon Chaney without the. That's
Troy
Lon
Boyle.
Chaney. That's Lon Chaney when he's not the Wolfman.
And it looks like him. It captures those eyes, those sad eyes.
Yeah.
Okay. So the great thing about one of the great things, there's many great things about this issue, but Jim does give us the details of all the people who were involved in this.
Yeah.
And it's awesome because for 50 issues and 50 years as well, a lot of the original people who originally contributed to present are still involved, are still contributing. I mean, I wasn't in the first 5 or 6 issues, but I came along. I was there. What do we got? Larry Johnson was there. Steve Shipley. Mike Tuz was there pretty much from the very beginning. So he lists all the people. Larry Johnson. Yeah, I said Larry Johnson. But he got as many of the original contributors as possible.
Yeah. Here he says, he's talking about the 50 issues by Jim Main here, right in the beginning, so you can read that.
He shows Carl Gafford,
yeah,
with the hat on and the long hair, and Sam Gafford, his brother.
Yeah.
Sadly, both of them have passed away by now. But they were both great guys, and they were both, along in the early days. I see some on the other page there. I see artwork by Carl Taylor. And I think Doug Hazelwood inks too. We mentioned Doug Hazelwood earlier. And I believe he inks some of those illos. Just looking at it, from the Yep. Carl and Doug inked all 3 of those illos.
So, that is what's so great about this? You can take forever and read this. I mean, here's a story right here. Fear.
That's a scary story. I read that. It's about a guy who goes to a priest, because he's being haunted by this
poor squirrel.
No, not poor squirrel. It's like a spider monster.
Oh, like this.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
And, this thing is haunting him, possessing him, and everything, and he wants a way out of this. And so he goes to the priest, and the priest is sympathetic, and they go through several pages of dialogue here, but in the end, couldn't shake the monster, but there was a possibility that he could pass it on to someone else. Now, unfortunately, the priest just happened to conveniently be there, and this is not funny. But what can you do when you're possessed by a monster? You want to shake it, you got to do something.
I always do.
This is followed by a fantastic article by Larry Johnson on comic fanzines in the 70s.
Oh, yeah. Good stuff.
beautifully, brilliantly written article by Larry Johnson, our friend Larry, and he just keeps knocking us out all the time. I hate to give too many accolades to Larry. He's going to get a big head. Larry, I'm sorry if you're getting a big head.
Yeah.
Not my fault. If you keep doing great stuff like this, I can't help but, so, I got to point that out. And but he goes fairly in depth in his own experience, talking about the comics fanzines that he has read, since he first got involved in the small press comics in the early 1970s. The RBCC, which is kind of the forerunner to the Comics Buyer's Guide, which neither one of them are around anymore, as far as I can tell. But Romulan Wine.
There's Larry right there.
There he is.
That's Larry.
Right there on the left there, with a copy of The Comet #1, which is one of his very first small press comics. And I have a copy of that.
Is that right? Cool.
Yeah, from like 1972 or something. But he talks about Carl Gafford's Minotaur, one of the original BPP zines, the BPP, which became the UFO, which I'm the chairman of 50 years later after I was the chairman 50 years ago. I mean, this stuff doesn't end, people. Once you get into this, you cannot escape. There is no escape. He shows the covers and he talks about, for instance, Endeavor #6, which Kurt Erickson published back in around the early 1970s. Kurt's still around, still doing it, just like the rest of us. Here's a cover for something I published in 1973. #3, with a cover by Ron Sutton. I actually paid him for this. He's still around. I think he's done work for DC. But this was a pretty cool cover. Even today, it still looks pretty good.
Oh yeah.
So I paid that guy like $25 for that or something. Ron, I hope you enjoyed the money. I hope you went to Pizza Hut.
There's a Verrill Holt Bond story in here.
Oh, absolutely.
Right Hitchens.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Verrill. Oh, I always love Verrill stuff.
I dropped the book.
Let's see if I can find that one. You dropped the book? Oh, no, we'll never find it again. But it's a Western. Yeah. It's a Verrill Holt Bond story. Hitchens, Chapter 3, The Events That Follow, story by Jim Main, art and lettering by Verrill Holt Bond. Here it is.
Yep. If I can find the page after dropping the book.
Verrill's, his a realistic style without a lot of detail, but yet it's still very realistic. And it's in the second half of the book. Yeah, right at the beginning of the second and half. There's this guy who comes to town. I guess they've been having problems there. Oh, the thing is, and he's made friend with the madam of a what do you call it? What do you call it?
House of ill repute.
A brothel. A brothel. Yeah, a brothel. And one of the ladies in the brothel has actually taken, has become affectionate with him. She actually likes him as a human being, and not just as somebody who's going to pay her money, for a special night of happiness. Don't you love the way I describe this stuff?
Yeah, wonderful.
I got to be careful the way I say things. But yeah, and they're looking for a deputy in that town. And this guy has a lot of integrity, and he looks at the sign, and he goes to visit the sheriff. So, yeah, and it's so well written. By Jim Main. The dialogue is very natural. It's so very natural. I mean, this guy, he's a guy who has a certain amount of integrity and dignity, and he comes to a town that's maybe
a little on the wild side.
Yeah, a little on the wild side. And when he interviews with the sheriff makes him a deputy right away. And we're looking forward to the next chapter of this.
Yep.
You know, I
That's
like to see him
baptism
here.
of
He's the
fire is
top.
the next one.
He's talking. The sheriff just throws the badge at him. You're the deputy. You're the
Yeah.
guy. You're our guy. So we're looking forward to what happens with that.
Yeah.
St. Charles Bond is always great.
And look what's right next to that is Brian Wayne Powell.
Brian Wayne Powell, Magnet Man.
Magnet Man and
Jimmy
Valent.
Jimmy Valent, the Boogeyman. If you ever follow professional wrestling,
Oh, that's what Brian is all about.
Yeah, which Brian has for many years, and he is friends with a whole lot of professional wrestlers,
yeah,
including the Boogeyman, Jimmy Valent. Now, I never followed professional wrestling. With me, I was a comic book geek. My brothers and sisters were all into sports and everything. I had a brother who was wrestling in high school and college and stuff, but not me. I was reading comics, but that's cool. You know, we all have our own taste.
Brian has a distinct style. There's not much change in each panel.
Yeah, it repeats the same picture over
and over. And he's done this for years. I mean,
he's such a good
writer.
How
he does it. Yeah, it's very funny.
This is okay. There's two ways of approach. There's two approaches to comic book storytelling. The story tells the art, or the art tells the story.
Yeah.
In this case, he keeps the art as simplistic as possible, kind of like Matt Fizzell, and tells a great story. You just read the dialogue, and you're going through it, and you're going, "This is really funny stuff." It doesn't matter. It doesn't need a lot of detail in the art.
So anyway, that's always cool to see something by Brian.
Yeah. And there's a story by Carl Taylor in full color. Towards the end at the very end of the book, we got Carl Taylor. Again, he's been around since the early 19s. He's definitely been around since the early 1970s. I published work by him. Jim Main published work by him. He was in a lot of other stuff.
Wow.
This is a
traditional comic right there.
Yeah. He is always very influenced by both Gil Kane and Jack Kirby. You can always see that in his work.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's written, I've read stuff that he wrote, stuff that he posted, where he talked about befriending Jack Kirby and sending stuff to him. Well, who is that on the back cover?
Who does that look like? That guy looks familiar.
Let me see. Hang on a second.
Well, one of them has to be Jim Main and somebody else.
That's definitely Jim Main at the bottom.
Yeah, that's Jim. But the other guy, we know who he is, but we're not. Wait a minute. Aha! Now we got it. Elvis. I guess it's Elvis.
The lonely one.
The lonely one.
The lonely daddy.
The lonely daddy. Yeah, that's him.
This is how I got started on YouTube.
There you go.
This.
And wound up on here.
Yep. Somehow Floyd Sumner
has found a picture of you.
I'm honored that the great Floyd Sumner, and he's a tremendous artist. I'm honored that he did this drawing. I was totally surprised, but I didn't know he was going to do this.
It'd be a nice poster to have.
Completely surprised. Yeah, I'd like to have that. Floyd, if you're listening, I'd like to have a poster of that. That would be
that would be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so anyway.
Well, as an afterthought, I would like to say that I do have a story in this issue that I.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, almost forgot you.
That I wrote and drew. Low T. It was originally started as a jam strip.
Oh, really?
The fanzine organization, right at the very end, just before the Carl Taylor strip. But it was supposed to be a jam strip. There you go. Now, yeah, I drew those 2 pages.
Eggman.
And
so somebody else did some of the other pages?
No, nobody did, but somebody
Oh,
else was supposed to do the other page. It was
okay, yeah.
supposed to be a
I was
jam
gonna
strip where I
say,
did a page, I'd send it to someone else, they would do a page, they would send it
yeah,
to someone, and it would go on and on and on.
yeah.
But I didn't get much response from that, so I said, what the heck, I'll just finish drawing
Finish
it
it up.
myself.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
made it up as I went along, and there he is, Eggman.
Hmm.
So yeah, a character, again, he's been around since like 1973, and Number 1 was the first time he ever appeared. And I thought I'd bring him back up for the 50th issue of Present. You know, I sent something else to Jim, and Jim rejected it. He didn't. He says this is like too weird.
Really?
Yeah, if you read
Okay,
this
that
one,
must have really been weird.
yeah.
If it's
But
too
it
weird.
was a little. I guess it was a little risque or something.
Oh.
This one borders on that, but it doesn't. It doesn't go as far.
Hmm.
I knew. Once in a while I go too far, and and Jim's a guy who will call me out on that.
This is $8.99, by the way. $8.99. Let me see if it has a page count. 60 pages.
Thick. It's gorgeously
Big.
produced.
60
beautiful
big
color,
pages. Full color and, well, yeah, a lot of color. Black and white, a lot of color.
Congratulations to Jim Main on 50 years of his flagship publication.
Yeah,
There's more
great.
great artwork.
But it's the kind of thing you can get and then you can sit and read it. I mean, it's going to take you a while. You're not going to do, it's not like a, 24-page comic where you pretty well get that. No, you got some reading to do here.
Yeah, I sat down and
you can sit around and enjoy that. That's great stuff right there. Yep. All right. Tom Fellrath.
Heroes 2.
Heroes Now.
Number 2 and number 3.
Yeah, 2 and 3. These are both digest size, full color covers, front and back.
Well, the stories of the great characters, the great superhero characters, primarily that Tom Fellrath himself has created, and he writes, I think, all of the stories.
Yeah. I'm looking at the one by that's Tony Lorenz and ink by Tom Ahern.
Which is a great team.
Yeah.
Yeah, those two guys, when they get together, they do a great job. They're doing something for me, too, those two guys together.
Tom Ahern is doing something for me also.
Oh, yeah. Tom is like, he's so busy. He does so much. He's so prolific.
Yeah.
And, yeah. So, wow.
So
this is the new story about the Patriots. Getting to know you with the new Patriot team. After the original Patriot has expired, and Jeff, his sidekick, has gone on to become the head of the team, Jeff Marty Brown. And we have a couple of new members in the team, Parkour and...
Parkour is a girl, right?
Right. And
that does the parkour. She does parkour, leaping around.
I mean, that's really nice. I mean, you see a whole, you can see Tony's artwork there. You can see Tom's inks. Tom Ahern's inks are really, really nice. The line style, the fine line style, and everything.
Oh, good man. And Tom Fellrath can put together a book. I mean, it is perfect when he does it.
Yeah.
When he puts them together. Oh, and Hembeck did the Heroes Gallery.
Yeah, Fred Hembeck.
His version of the
Fred Hembeck,
the crew. He's got them all there.
Old small presser, but also worked for Marvel Comics. And I was so surprised when he went to work for Marvel Comics.
Is that right?
Marvel Comics is going to publish this. This is not their usual thing. But Fred is so good. It's not like even caricaturing. It's like he reinterprets the characters.
Yeah, in his own style. Yeah.
It's like Don Martin from Mad Magazine. That's how distinctive Fred Hembeck is.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, he can take that wacky style and you can recognize the characters.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, you
That's
know
the
who they
line.
are, and you know who drew it just by looking at it.
Fred
And then
Handback
the Accelerator by
by Tom.
by Tom, but it's Terry Sue Wood who did the artwork. Look at that.
Right. Terry Sue Wood.
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, and I've seen
a lot of screens.
I've seen the other story by the Accelerator story that I think was in one of the other issues. I remember it, and she's kind of a superhero kind of thing, but kind of family-oriented superhero.
She, like Tom, she disappeared for like 20-some years. Tom disappeared from small press for a long time. Recently came back, and his characters come back, and they're not the same age. He continues from a couple of decades later.
Yeah.
And here she is. She's family-oriented. And you'll see her family and her husband in the stories and everything. But here, she hears there's a school shooter. And she goes flying to the school and encounters. Let me see, where am I at here? She encounters this guy.
Yeah.
Who immediately tries to shoot her.
But that don't work, as you can
it
see.
Doesn't work because she has impenetrable skin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the thing is, was she a teacher or something? She might have been a teacher.
I'm not entirely sure.
And once he gets the hood off, he recognizes her.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, Mrs. Armstrong? And it turns out this kid, for whatever reason,
a troubled kid,
been mistreated or whatever, and he decides to start shooting people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
he does not get killed himself. They do arrest him in the end. But
in the end, he has to pay for what he's done.
What he did,
But and there goes the Accelerator, getting back with her husband.
Yeah.
Might be her kid.
In the end. That's the end there. Yeah.
Very moving.
Very well done.
Like real life, if someone had superpowers, and plus she's older, she's in her 40s or whatever.
Yeah.
But she still has that great power.
And here's this one, which is number 3.
Number 3.
Heroes Now.
Nice cover. Who did that cover?
And let's see. Does it
David
say?
Baff Gallart.
Yeah. Nice, clean cover. Yeah. Very clean lines.
Inside front cover is interesting because it shows some of my characters.
Oh.
It's the Sorceress from a recent Sunwing story.
Oh.
And let's see, there's Nightman is in there. Which I'll be working on. I'm number 10 soon, and I'm going to do the origin of Nightman, the Titan, and Sunwing. And these other characters are all Tom Fellrath's characters. There's the Light, and is Santa Claus in there? Yep, Santa's in there too. I'm not sure if Tom created Santa or not, but if he did, good job, Tom.
This is the Light right here, the Light story.
Yeah.
And
this one has art by Rob Cooley.
Yeah. Distinctive style.
Definitely distinctive, yeah. Yeah, I love Rob's work. This is interesting because I've seen a lot of stuff that Rob wrote and drew himself, but here he's going from
very linear
Fellrath's script.
Yeah. Very linear art. Very nice. Perfect proportions. Very good.
And that's the Light. And his use of solid blacks and whites is really good too. And the Light it's interesting, the Light, who represents the Light, there are villains who represent the darkness, the Blackout Gang.
Yeah.
But a group of the Light's friends comes together, and they call themselves the Highlights.
Yeah, there they are.
So they're there to support him. And so he doesn't have to go this one alone.
Well, we have another Heroes Gallery. I'm going to let you guess who drew this.
Matt Feazell.
You win. Matt Feazell. There you go.
So here we go. The other shoe has dropped.
Yeah. And once again, you know the characters, even though they're stickmen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matt Feazell.
And look at
very cool.
The Patriot and Jeff right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
The genius of Matt Feazell, you know, they can do everything so simple and it's still so recognizable. This was a Christmas issue too. There was a
the Accelerator has a Christmas card.
Right, that picture there, drawn by Terry Sue Wood. That is a beautiful picture. Could be a Christmas card.
Yeah.
The Accelerator and her family.
The whole family. Yeah.
Which I hope that continues. You know,
That's
I worry
cool.
when I see family introduced into a superhero comic stuff. I'm always worried, like, well, something's gonna happen to somebody. But I hope not. Tom, don't stay the course, okay? And
then Tony,
a character who has a beautiful family.
Tony Lorenz with another story of the Patriots called The Contact.
Tom and Tony Lorenz and did Tony did the art. He inked it too this time.
Yeah.
So the Patriots go on one of their first adventures in a plane, and they're under
mostly in a plane here.
Yeah. And they're under attack, and there's a lot of there's like Top Gun action in the air here. But they do crash a few of the enemy airplanes, and there's Tony's artwork.
All kinds of action, you know. Don't want to give too much away, but there's a lot of action in here. Great story.
And the hologram. The hologram makes appearances. Whenever the hologram appears, and he's a guy he's a hologram, you know.
You can see through him.
Yeah, it always tells you how many days it's been since it became the hologram.
Yeah.
Here it is, 11,600. I'm reading it from your own.
Okay, 11,694 days ago, which is Christmas. That was December 25th, 1989.
There you go. And he's sitting in front of the fire. And Christmas, sadly, Maggie, his wife, never comes home. So, but there's a really cool back cover here. Who did the back cover? I have to look again. John Muller. John Muller, who's a great artist. He just recently joined the UFO. And he does a take on the cover of Fantastic Four, #1.
With Santa Claus.
Yeah, put Santa Claus in there. Instead of, you know, giant monster that was in that issue. And instead of the FF, we got some of the characters from some of Tom Fellrath's characters, including the Light. So yeah, that's really cool too.
So this is $5 for let me see, there's about I think I got a page count here. 32 pages, 33 pages really. So really nice, really nice.
$5.
$5, yeah.
Yep.
Can't go wrong. And then
plus $1 for shipping.
Yeah.
See. With cataract surgery, I won't need this anymore.
No, you won't. No, you won't.
I won't look as cool on the video, you know.
You won't need the glasses or the magnifying glass. And then Tom does Strange Times #2, which is a big book.
This has the greatest cover of all time ever created, beyond Rembrandt, beyond anybody. Cover is by Larned Justin.
Yeah.
And look at that. I was surprised.
Street person.
Yeah, that's a street person, but that's an utterly realistic style. And you impressed me with that.
That's pencil.
Just pencil?
Just pencil. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's
Well, there you
pencil.
go. See, I mean, this shows you. First of all, I did not know it was pencil,
Yeah,
and
it's pencil. Hmm.
wow. And I see so much of Larned's, his cartoony stuff, though.
Yeah.
I really didn't realize, or I had forgotten, that you could draw in such a
Yeah, that's me and
style.
a special operator I drew.
There he is, a handsome guy
Handsome
there.
guy. And then
Handsome guy.
I'm interested in military kind of things, and that's a
Uh-huh.
special operator.
Yeah,
You can see there. That's
that's
also a
terrific.
pencil.
That is terrific.
Hmm.
To me, you're the star of this issue. Um, you had another story here.
Yeah.
Two men. This
Tom wrote a story for me.
Tom, art by Larned Justin, and it's an
Hmm.
encounter between this cowboy
Yep.
and this Indian, this Native American.
It's how they view each other, you know, what their view is of each other
Mhm.
throughout
And
the story.
and it's the same. You only have one caption
Yeah,
for
there's
either of
one
them.
panel, but they're both, it applies to both men.
Right. Who is that over there? I was told that people of his kind never come through this country.
Yeah,
And the panel
and
applies to both of
both
them.
both
And
of them,
yeah, and
the
it goes
Indian
on,
and the prospector.
and they start to
Hmm.
well, they start to identify with each other.
Yeah.
I wonder if he has a family, a woman of his own, children to tend to. Does he provide for the family? Can he afford to fight and die, leaving his family to fend for itself? And and can I defeat this man? Anyway, at the
Anyway,
very end, it's they both walk off and they kind of
yeah,
wave at each other.
yeah, they just walk away.
No need to
And,
fight today.
they don't do anything.
No need for a conflict. Beautifully written by simple but
Yeah,
poignant and
Tom,
beautifully written by Tom.
yeah, great job. And I'm
And
glad he let
beautifully
me
illustrated.
illustrate it.
Again,
And I
this
sent him an extra one
hmm
because I've
didn't
always been interested in the group America and the lyrics to their songs. Now, this is Ventura Highway
Ventura Highway, yeah.
with drawings by me and the lyrics by America.
hmm
And I've never understood the lyrics at all. Have you?
Never really thought about it until now. I
Oh,
was looking, when I read this, I read through it like twice, and I'm going through. I
what?
mean, you illustrated it well. Chew a little piece of grass, walking down the road, and
Yeah.
the guy says, "Tell me how long you going to stay here, Joe." Some people say this town doesn't look good in snow. You don't care. I know. I mean, it's just, but it's so natural the way the dialogue is presented.
Yeah.
And again, your artwork, this is different. This is, I mean, it's nice to know. I'm more appreciative than ever of your talent.
Oh, thank
Because
you.
I've been seeing a lot of the funny stuff, and this is
Yeah.
again a bit more realistic.
Hmm.
Yeah, you could say called the free wind is blowing through your hair. I like the way you illustrate it with a motorcycle.
Yeah, that's the free wind blowing through your hair,
Seasons crying, no despair. Alligators, lizards in the air. Nope, that doesn't make any sense at all.
No, no. Here's an Indian I did.
Yeah.
I did a number of Indians from the 1900s, or like 1901.
And they all are so expressive. There's so much detail and so much character.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really nice. I mean, that's beautifully drawn.
Thank you.
That could be a portrait on a wall.
Yeah. And I think I have one more in here, and then we'll get to the other stuff. But I think I have one more in here. Can I find it?
So really nice. I mean, right away, I just noticed stuff. I noticed the stuff that you did. There's stuff by others, but
Cowboy.
okay, that looks like what's his name?
Oh, with the big mustache.
Yeah, that guy. Sam somebody. Sam Elliott.
Yeah.
Looks
Sam
like
Elliott.
Sam Elliott. Is that who it is?
No.
Just a coincidence?
That is not Sam Elliott, but it does look a little like him.
Yeah, it does kind of look like Sam Elliott. That's pencil also, is right?
That's pencil also, yeah.
When I was when I was very young, before I even started drawing comics for printing, I used to draw everything in pencil, and I used to do all the shading and everything.
Oh, did you?
And when I started inking my stuff, it wasn't the same. It didn't have the. It didn't have the.
You lose all the shading when you ink
you
it.
lose all that, and
you had these little I forgot what you call them, the little paper stubs that you could.
But we didn't have such good reproduction that we could reproduce pencil drawings back in those days. But I still have a lot of stuff that from when I was in the 60s, when I was just a kid, doing pencil, and I used shading all over the place.
Yeah.
In some ways, the stuff that I was doing, I mean, I can't say it's better is it better than what I'm doing now? Maybe.
Who knows? Yeah.
It had a different element. It had a different feel to it. It was nice. That's what you're using pencils to a great effect here.
Here's Tom Fellrath, the guy that puts all this together. There he is.
Tom. And he has a beautiful family. He's always posting stuff online, always seeing Tom and his kids who look exactly like him.
And there's a number of stories in here, not just my stuff. Here's a story by Kutch Tuttle.
Yeah, Kutch Tuttle.
Kutch Tuttle.
From Churchville, Virginia. And he's detailing his dreams. It reminds me of what Larry Johnson does that too sometimes. He publishes something where he talks about his dreams.
Yeah.
If you start keeping track of your dreams, first of all, when you wake up, you might know your dream. You might remember them for like a second.
Yeah, but
lose it. You can't remember.
Be able to draw them is another thing.
Now, I remember reading articles about H.P. Lovecraft, interviews with Lovecraft, because H.P. Lovecraft used to detail his dreams. He would make entire stories out of his dreams. But what he did was he would wake up and immediately write down his dreams, write them down, and then he would make a story out of it. And but you see, that takes some dedication.
Yeah.
If I wake up, I'm not like, it takes me a while to wake up. I usually hit the snooze alarm once or twice, I'm not going to get up right away and write down my dreams,
Yeah.
But some people have that kind of discipline. Larry Johnson has it, and apparently this guy here, Kutch Tuttle, has it too.
Yeah, right.
And he has dreams about demon creatures and.
Yeah. Here's
Michael Wagner.
Michael Wagner, and look at this though. It's kind of cool. Who are you? Of course, that's the theme of the book. But here's what he did. Show who are you.
I've been in touch with him just lately.
Have you?
He's in the United Fanzine organization, so. But I haven't seen artwork like this from him. And
different,
like this.
And each, he talks about different things that tell who he is.
I'm country and urban. I'm rock and rap. I'm a walking contradiction. I defy generalization.
Keith Newsom here. Keith Newsom.
This one's
just abstract painting.
Yeah, but if you read what he said, see, it says father. In October of 2020, my son, Gregory Newsom, who was 29, was just starting his life when he found a brain tumor, almost the size of his brain. So he talks about that in his visits to the waiting room of the hospital. They removed the brain tumor. And he says, but to ease my pain, he was using his iPad to procreate, use it as a vehicle to capture the pain and anguish a loved one feels.
Yeah,
so
and I think
he did these drawings on an iPad.
Yeah,
paintings are on an iPad. Yeah. I mean, look at the beauty. I mean, look at the anguish on display. Look at that.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah.
And all of us inspired by a tragic real life event and his son's illness. But and Tom has put all this together in one beautiful package.
Yeah, he really knows how to put a book together. He really.
There's another page from our pal Viral Holt Bond, right?
Yeah, he's in there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So a lot of great stuff.
Here's a guy from the United Kingdom has a
Yeah.
story in here.
I like this. This was interesting. His name is
Easton?
Iestyn.
Easton? I don't know.
Iestyn.
Yeah,
I
Easton.
never wanted to be a man. It says.
It's a rather interesting story.
And he says that this first panel was actually the cover of a zine that he did 25 years ago.
Oh, mm-hmm.
But he was reflecting. He said, and he didn't mean what he meant was he never wanted to be a man by the standards of what
Of a man, yeah,
he
not,
seemed to define a man in those times.
yeah, yeah.
I don't want to be the wage earner. I don't want to have to be going out and miss being with the kids. I don't want to be the angry one, always trying to keep order. And he goes on and on about that. I never wanted to be a woman. I envy women's bodies. I envy women's clothes. And on and on. I'm not going to read all this.
Yeah. There's
Uh,
another one in here, kind
women
of.
can have babies and this and that.
This one's kind of interesting. It's Andrew Rosenberger, and it's all about toasters.
Oh yeah.
It's very,
I saw
really.
that this guy has an obsession with
He has toasters in all of his artwork, and
yeah, and he asked other people to
some
draw
of the
pictures of
artwork,
toasters.
but yeah. But I wanted to show the last. I think it's the last page in here. Stray Toaster Project, and that's the great painting with toasters inside the little diner. Very good.
So all he does is pictures of toasters, all kinds of toasters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, here's Godzilla. Godzilla.
Uh-huh.
And
toasters.
He's blasting a toaster.
He's blasting a toaster, yeah.
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 Toasters everywhere.
Very cool. Very cool.
So that was fun.
So we're about, I think we got that wrapped up.
I think that's it.
So anyway, quite a publication. Boy, it's just excellent. The whole thing all the way through.
It even looks good upside down.
I like it upside down. Yeah. Oh, here's do you know who Charles Bukowski is? Was?
Not off the top of my head. Where'd you get that?
That's a drawing I did. That's a pencil.
You did that. Oh my God, you're brilliant. I had no idea. Gosh, your realistic artwork is really darn realistic. That's beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, he was an angry poet and writer, alcoholic, real rough character.
Yeah.
So I thought, that'd make a great drawing. So that's him. Yeah.
Send it to me. I'll put it in number 10.
Yeah, okay.
Or whatever.
Yeah,
but
sure.
I am working on a new comic. It's number 10. It's going to have a
I knew that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't I send you something already for that? I did.
You did. You're going to have 2 or 3 pages. I think it's 2 or 3.
Maybe 3. Yeah, like 3.
But it's in a folder right over here.
Okay. Don't lose that folder.
I won't. I just got some artwork. I just received the artwork from Tony Lorenz and Tom Ahern for a strip featuring the Titan and Sunwing, my characters. A short strip that's going to be in that issue. I just got it today.
Great.
I got it yesterday, but Tony fixed a few things and it's even better. And that's going to be in the new issue, and there's going to be a new Raven story and the origin of Nightman, my long-running character Nightman. I'm finally going to write an origin story. So.
No, good. Looking forward to that. We'll get it down here. So, anything else you got before we wrap it up? No?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But it's a sad ending, so.
Oh.
It's the end, so we have to.
Yeah.
It's the end of another video. But you know what? If we're lucky, there'll be another one real soon.
I like to play the violin when you play the guitar.
That's for darn sure. Thank you.
All right, don't forget there's a little something after the end of this, so make sure you stay tuned for that.
I will, definitely.
We will see you guys next time.
Adios.
Chewing on a piece of grass, walking down the road. Tell me, how long you gonna stay here, Joe? Some people say this town don't look good in snow. You don't care, I know. Ventura Highway in the sunshine, where the days are longer, the nights are stronger than moonshine. You're gonna go, I know. Cause the free wind is blowing through your hair, and the days surround your daylight there. Seasons crying, no despair. Alligator lizards in the air, in the air. Wishing on a falling star, waiting for the early train. Sorry, boy, but I've been hit by purple rain. Oh, come on, Joe, you can always change your name. Thanks a lot, son, just the same. Ventura Highway in the sunshine, where the days are longer, the nights are stronger than moonshine. You're gonna go, I know. Cause the free wind is blowing through your hair, and the day